What's up, YouTube? Now, these prototype classes can be a little confusing. Now, one LMP2 supposed to be the second prototype class for the Lemans class for Lemans. It's basically a spec series, and there's actually a sim that has another car on there. So we're gonna compare them. It's AMS2. Stay tuned. Alright, before we hop on the sim, I've been comparing a lot of stuff lately. Hope you guys don't mind it. It's something I like to do and have fun. But these LMP2 classes equally as confusing as GTE and GT3 and LMDH and LMP3. There's a lot of different race classes. And I'm not a big fan of spec racing. Now, don't get me wrong, LMP2 has the best racing because there isn't a BOP balance of performance in there. It's just, this is the engine you guys have. Basically a spec series. It wasn't always supposed to be that way though. Originally, there was four manufacturers. There was a couple manufacturers similar to how LMDH is. But the main one is actually Oreca. It's supposed to be Oreca, Ligier, Dallara, and Riley, I believe. But for the most part, everybody runs the Oreca. And some sims, like Le Mans Ultimate, for example, there literally is no other LMP2s on there. Now, I do still have iRacing, and I have AMS. Those actually have LMP2 cars on there. So we're just gonna check them out real quick. And we're gonna do some real driving to compare the Ligier and the Oreca and Automobilista 2. Last thing, little worried that the Ligier won't be very good simply because, I mean, look at the Lamborghini Ligier program, right? So I don't know if is it just a bad situation for Lamborghini or are Ligier putting out a bad product? So we're gonna do some driving. It's gonna take a while and a lot of it's gonna be off camera, but we're gonna see just how close the Ligier and the Oreca chassis are. I got my lights on. Something my brother got me for Christmas a couple years back. Last thing. If you remember a sports car before LMP2 became a spec, you know, I think of cars like the Mazda, what was Lola, the Acura / Honda, HPD. I think about RS Spider. The RS Spider challenged the diesel LMP1s. So it was not always this spec class. So I think about LMP2, you know, I think about open roadsters, different engine displacement layouts. Like I said, I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm not gonna do no short video with uneven laps. All right, before we go on track, I did want to show real quick. So in iRacing, it's the Dallara P217, while in Le Mans Ultimate, it's the Oreca LMP2 car. Basically, they both have Gibson 4.2 liter V8s, naturally aspirated. So those are like, I mean, the Oreca is the king for a reason. From what I could find online, it just flat out was the fastest one. But we're gonna do some testing with both of them. So you hop on here, LMP2 Gen 2. We got the Ligier and alright. We got the Ligier and we got the Oreca. Now, same engine, 4.2 V6, V8, naturally aspirated. Don't get me wrong, probably the most consistent good racing. Another cool thing about the Oreca in particular, though, is you come back here and you go to livery. That's actually my favorite LMP2 team, simply because their colors actually kind of fit Apex colors. So I just think the livery is sick. But they got the Oreca and then they got Ligier. Now the Ligier, I don't know how good it'll be, but why not make a video? Now, reason I say I don't know how good it will be because this Lamborghini is also a Ligier, and it is not looking good for that program in general. But anyways, same thing as usual. They got a low downforce and a high downforce version. This is the high downforce version, and let's pull up the low downforce version. So we'll go to Lemans just to play it safe. There is the low downforce version. If I can stay on the page, there isn't too much of a difference. The biggest thing for me with this one is the canards right here. Now let's look at the Oreca and notice here, same thing. Only has the one canard. It's very shallow. It's not exactly at a steep angle. While you go here, it has a second canard on it now. Basically, what I could find, the arrow is just better overall on this one. I forget which one of the competitors, it said it had a similar. It was fast, but the window of it being fast was just really small, so it had a small operating window. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop on track, and we'll go with the. Let's go ahead and hop on track. So we're gonna do 2 30-minute sessions each. One in a high downforce track, one at a low downforce track. I'm gonna do Lemans, and we will do Spa. Actually, no. We'll do Daytona, and we'll do. No, so we're gonna do Lemans and we're gonna do Suzuka or Kansai. That's right. Let's go ahead and get started. Now it's actually funny because this car actually sounded very similar to the Corvette C8 Z06 GT, well, not GT3, but the C8R. Both flat plane V8s. But anyways, I'm gonna do 30-minute sessions in the Ligier and the Oreca at Suzuka and Lemans and see how close they actually are. Be right back. Oh, last thing, these don't have ABS, so they will bite your head off. It's not a class with a ton of assist to it. And it sounds damn good. It's one of those classes that makes me appreciate NA engines. And similarly, though I've never admitted in a public place, the LMP3 car kind of has that same feel to it. But anyways, lightweight car, simple engine, some good aero. Should be a fun time. See if we can take this flat. Yeah, we could have. So don't need to lift there. Uh-oh. Yeah. LMP2 class is so underrated. It's one of those classes where it doesn't matter what sim it is because it's so light. There isn't a bunch of stuff to it, and it has some pretty good aero. I was supposed to stop talking and just drive, so I really am gonna go off camera in a little bit. But there's so much speed I can make up. There's so much speed I can make up with this car. I can feel it. I'll drive the Ligier at Lemans, do the same thing. Yeah, you don't even need to. I don't even think you need to brake there. Ah. All right, be right back, guys. All right, so did around 6 laps in the Oreca. And man, simple, fun, lightweight. You don't need a lot. Like all the hybrid, turbo, all that stuff is cool, and I love when there's a mix to it. But LMP2 class is so much fun, man. My fastest lap was actually my second lap, 154.841. It was crazy because I had my delta right there, and you could see, like, I'm 100th off there. Oh, went a little wide there. Lost another 100th. Like, my average times were pretty close, I would say. Low 55s, high 54s. But LMP2 is so good, man. 130R, don't need to lift at all. And I wasn't sure if I needed to or not, but I can now confirm you don't need to. Anyways, we'll do the same thing, six laps in this year LMP2, but I got a little greedy coming out of the that final turn. Tap the grass. That's a clean livery though, isn't it? Anyways, be right back. All right, Ligier, Liger. I think Nissan actually based its old DPI off of this chassis, but we'll see if it handles any differently. The first thing that's different, the steering wheel is on the right-handed side, but I don't need to repeat too much, and I think the steering wheel is different, but probably not because Cosworth, a lot of LMP2 wheels are Cosworth, and seeing that, all it does is actually make me want a Moza FSR2. But anyways, I should also throw in some wet weather, just because. Maybe I'll do that drive in the rain at a different track for my outro. Anyways, I mean, it doesn't feel it doesn't feel very different. From my understanding, this was the most competitive of the non-Orecas, so that's probably why they put it in the game. It drives pretty good though. But yeah, the steering wheel is definitely on the opposite side, which is the wrong side if you ask me, because I'm American. But on the plus side, it can take 130R flat. Anyways, I will be right back. All right. Ligier, besides the steering wheel being on the wrong side, um, feels really good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, I did get understeer more often with this, but um, I mean it was fine. I can't. So far, I'll say I feel like I'd be more consistent with the other car, but there isn't that much of a difference besides a hair of understeer that I was getting in the Ligier. My fastest lap though was actually 154.040. Um, Surprised me. I was surprised when I did it, and I almost don't want to count it because I went super wide on that section before 130R, that double chicane. Um, and I thought the lap wouldn't count, but they counted it. So I'm gonna stay in the Ligier and go to Lemans now and see if um, it's the opposite. Where since I drove this first, I'll go faster than Oreca. But anyways, LMP2 class is fun, man. It really is. It's really a fun class. Ligier. Just took it to Lemans. Um, it feels good, man. It's gonna be interesting. Um, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm doubling down. LMP2 is super underrated as a whole in any sim. With LMDH slash LMH being what it is, um, it's easy to overlook this class, but they're fun, and I think because everyone's so caught up in, I'm a Porsche guy, so I'm gonna drive the 963, or America, so I'm gonna drive the Cadillac. That this class is getting overlooked as a result. I definitely remember when I was talking with the guys about doing Daytona. They were like, let's do LMDH. I'm like, I'm not against doing LMP2. Obviously, they ended up deciding on LMDH, but super fun class, man. My fastest lap, before I forget, fastest lap was a 3:44.276. Oreca up next. All right, Oreca LMP2 car. I thought I got greedy. Well, I got greedy and lost it on a really good lap, but the car it's such a good car. Like, I don't know if I've spent enough time to be able to feel a difference between the two, but I went a 3:44.62 was my quickest lap, and man, it's both of them are good cars, but I honestly can't say if I have a favorite, which might be a little disappointing to some, but we're gonna go ahead and do our outro now, so we'll be right back. Um, I just had to add on to that LMP2 video. Now, um, that class is very underrated. I'm actually gonna dedicate some time to Lemans Ultimate. And I think I have Lemans iRacing too. I might not. But I really want to see how AMS2 feels compared to Lemans Ultimate with just the LMP2 car. I was very impressed with the way it drove, and also doing a little bit of digging for the video. I forgot how loose LMP2 used to be. Like, the fact that there's a diesel Mazda. Like, I remember the Turbo 4 LMP2 car racing against, it was a Lola, I believe. Um, but I completely forgot that they had a diesel LMP2 car. And that just goes to show how that class used to be. And it's fine now, don't get me wrong. LMP2, LMP1 causing too much, LMP2 going spec led to LMD8. So I don't mind at all. But the very underrated class. And I had a lot of fun. It was so fun that I actually was just gonna do a quick little race to talk over the replay, and ended up doing the whole race simply because I was having a good time. With AMS2, you really gotta get if you get the AI right, it's super fun. Of course, nothing beats racing with people, but if you just want to do some quick racing, get the AI settings right, it's a good time. All right, man, so much fun. I'll be honest. They're close enough in times where I'm hard headed, so I'm gonna pick the Ligier. But I will admit, I do think the Oreca has a touch more top speed, which makes sense if you look at the arrow on them. Once you get past the steering wheel being on the wrong side, it really is it's a fine car. I have to admit, I think LMP2 is the most underrated class on this game, on this sim, and it's already underrated in terms of most places because people, either you're a GT3 head or you want to be in the tip top LMP3 class. But man, I had way more fun tonight than I thought I would. So um, this also counts as a review of the class. And yeah, you need to buy the LMP2 cars on here. They're in one of the endurance packs, but 100% worth it. I did high downforce and I did low downforce, and um, both I did high downforce at Suzuka and low downforce at Lemans. I did the race at Daytona just for the replay, but both cars felt amazing. That V8 is amazing. It's hard to beat a lightweight NA car with some aero. Go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned for more because we're gonna keep putting out these types of videos. I talked so much that the replay ended, so I actually gotta try and save this replay because I want you guys to see the race. You can have good battles with the AI. You just have to get the numbering right. But stay tuned for more, man. Comment your favorite non-spec LMP2 car. So, like I said, diesel stuff. Like, there's the Mazda diesel LMP2 car. I completely forgot about that. There's the petrol, gasoline, 4-cylinder turbo, um, Porsche RS Spider. There's a bunch of different Acura / Hondas that also ran in the LMP2 class. Man, I had a ball tonight. Apex Vision out.